Alexa, turn on Christmas tree.
Grab your stitching, grab your knitting. It's Flossmas.
Happy Flossmas, everybody. What day is it? Saturday. It is Saturday. Saturday, December 29th. Hope you're all doing well. I'm coming at you for my daily update of stitching, and actually no stitching. I didn't have any stitching. Knitting and finishes. So I have been, of course, super busy. And I think part of the reason why, and here's part of the reason why I don't think I've been doing much stitching, is because it's the holidays. And with the holidays, there's been a lot of travel for me and visiting people and stuff. So I haven't really wanted to get into stitching because, as you can see, this is what's on my stand to be stitched. And so I haven't been stitching. I think that's going to change, hopefully starting Monday. Probably not tomorrow because I have lots of plans tomorrow, but hopefully Monday we will see stitches. Fingers crossed. However, if you haven't checked out my video from earlier today, definitely go check that out if you're interested in some finishing. If not, oh well. Thanks for anyways. I have two finishes. My Blackwork Angels are now fully finished, and here they are. So here is the first one, finished. Whoops. So I have basically kind of made them into like a card. It's just a thin, almost like a playing card. So it is a thin if you want to know what I did, you can go check out my finishing video. But here is the finish for the one with the candle. Remember, these are both Blackwork Angels from the Prairie Schooler. So there is finish number 1. Here is finish number 2. Of course, it is slightly off center, but that's perfectly fine because I'm not perfect, and neither will be my finishes. But I love how the cording worked out perfectly for these. I think it just accentuates the stitching, and I think they just look great. You know, my finishing is not perfect. You can still see some of the stuff in the back here. It doesn't matter. The people that they're going to are going to love them regardless of how well they were finished, because what you're going to see is right here, and let me tell you, that looks pretty good. So and then I have them setting on a just a black easel that I was able to find at Hobby Lobby. So, and I thought that was like a perfect little finish that can set up all year round. And it's ode to the Steelers. Go Steelers. Okay. Anyways, so there we go. 2 Blackwork Angels. Okay. So that is my finishes. Then, excuse me, I had some knitting. So today I was out and about, and while I was out and about, I figured I would take some knitting with me to work on. So I took one thing, and I had DPN. I'll get to that in a minute. I'll tell you why I couldn't work on that whenever I get to that. So I also took my sweater. So this is my sweater that I finished. And yes, I should have blocked it first because I know you're supposed to block before you weave in the ends. But since I've already tried it on and I have lots of positive ease to the point where I'm not going to have to stretch this in order to get it to fit. So actually it could go the other way. It could probably shrink a little bit and I'd be happy. So I went ahead and weaved in all of my ends. There was like 15 million because of all the colors. And so while we were sitting and talking with friends, I went ahead and weaved in my ends. So now that that is done, as soon as I'm done with this video, I am going to run a bucket of water and I am going to soak my sweater so that I can get it uh, blocked out. So yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing is I forgot to mention that I got blocking pads for Christmas from my brother. So I'm able to, that was kind of why I was holding out on blocking this, was because I wanted to see if I got the blocking pads for Christmas that I asked for. So I got that sweater done, and last night I went over to my friend's house and we were watching TV. So since I'm getting close to the point where my pattern on my sweater changes, I went ahead and switched out and I cast on a new sock. So I have this in my Knits Best Thing bag from Dawn. She is part of the Codependent Knitters. You can find her on YouTube as the Codependent Knitters, and her Etsy store is The Knits Best Thing. And so if you remember the sock yarn that I used for my socks, since I had a decent amount left over, my mom had asked me, this is what I have left over. My mom said, why don't you knit me socks? And she likes the short kind. So I went ahead and consulted my knitting instructor, who still knows more than I do. And we decided that what would work best, a pattern that would work well, would be the Rose City. Come on, there we go. Rose City Rollers. So they're a sock that rolls up just a tad bit at the top, and it's just an ankle sock. And so last night and today I have basically almost, well, I have. I have the cuff. There we go. I have the cuff. I have the heel flap. Thank you, brain. Heel flap. And I am currently working on my gusset decreases. So, and the reason why I couldn't work on this is because since you can see, I'm using DPNs. And what did I do? I left the house and didn't take my fifth DPN. So I didn't have anything to knit with. But now I'm good to go and I will be knitting on this tonight. So hopefully to get the gusset decreases done and then I'll be ready to go round, 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 round. Uh, I will say it is slightly awkward. I'm not used to knitting with DPNs, so it's kind of nice to be practicing with that, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying. I definitely like my circulars. So that is what I'm doing. This color is new knitters are like sunshine. It is unavailable. It was only a 3 of a kind. So actually, I think you can still have a chance to get a skein of it if you go on to, if you're following us with Learn How to Knit Socks with Us on Facebook, the Facebook group. And if you complete an entire pair of socks by the end of the month, I believe, you can enter for a chance to win a skein of this yarn. Other than that, so that is the plan for the rest of that yarn, is to finish out to make a pair of socks for my mom in which she knows about. That's why I'm talking about it like this, in this fashion. So that is the sock. It's going pretty well. That's all the knitting and stitching I have for you. I did get one thing as a gift today, which is kind of stitching related. So my friend's aunt, who we went to visit today, gave me this, and this is from her friend's daughter's Etsy store. I think it's an Etsy store, and she does unusual and one-of-a-kind jewelry and toddler clothing. And so this is a beaded necklace, but the reason she gave me this for Christmas was the fact that she calls it her cross stitch necklace, because, and I hope you can see, there we go, the beads in between the garlands look like X's. So I thought that was a really neat gift, and I thought many of you would like that. So this is all beads. They're glass delicate, I think it's glass. This is glass delicacy beads in what, 4 different colors: red, green, yellow, or red, green, gold, and white. And red, green, gold, blue, and white. So there's 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 colors. And it's a cylinder necklace, and looks like that. So I thought that's pretty neat. The amazing things you can make with such small items. So there you go. That is what I have for you today. Tomorrow I am still hoping to do my project review and parade for you. Fingers crossed. I have lots going on tomorrow. But with that, I will check in tomorrow. Happy Flossmas. Tomorrow's the 30th. Only 2 more days left of Flossmas, 30th and 31st. Have a wonderful night. And don't forget to always, excuse me, don't forget to always be creative.